What up, is Dane, and in this video I'm going to be telling you how to eat healthy if you're a teenager, if you just got out of college or in school, or even just in a bad financial situation, right? So personally, if you're like me and you don't earn a lot of money per month and you're tight on a budget right here, then I'm going to tell you what foods to eat in order to gain weight and what foods to eat in order to lose weight. So what foods can you actually buy with this little budget, you know? So first of all, if you're looking to bulk, if you're looking to gain weight, you don't necessarily need to go on the quote unquote dirty route and eat junk food all the time in order to gain weight. You don't really need to do that. I'll tell you what foods to eat. So first of all, you want to buy peanut butter, man. Peanut butter is not that expensive at all. Buy some honey as well. That shit you can put on everything. You don't need to worry about sugar. Next, you can, if you want, you can buy some sugary cereals. But if you want to stick to the healthy route, which I normally always recommend, all brown flakes, quick, accessible, high-ish calories compared to how much it fills you. A lot of fiber in your diet, you're good to go. Oats, very cheap, like 1 kg for like 70p or 70 cents, whatever you want to call it in America. What was it, granola? Granola is a bit more expensive, so I don't know, if you have a bit more money you can buy granola. But anyway, you can buy tortilla wraps. Bread is a good one as well, even though it's not the healthiest, but it's not unhealthy. Bread will help you gain a lot of weight fast because it doesn't really fill you up a lot. Well, it depends, you know, if it fills you up or not. But anyway, bread, sauces, you can buy in like just those cheap. I personally buy these cheap tomato sauce, like it's a big bottle for like 70p or something compared to like a tiny one for £2. Well, I'm not gonna buy that shit. I want low budget here, so you can do that too. Some vegetables, you can buy fresh vegetables. They're not that expensive, but typically I recommend, if you're in low budget, if you're in college, you're not going to worry about if the vegetables are going to go off or not. So typically I just recommend sticking to frozen fruits because they're nice and nice and refreshing, like a dessert. And then frozen vegetables is right. Can't even speak. Frozen vegetables. So before you start thinking, oh shit, there's frozen vegetables, right, I'm not going to get enough nutrients in. In fact, it's actually the other way around. Frozen vegetables contain more nutrients because when they've just been picked to get frozen straight away, on the other hand, when the vegetables staying in the shop for like 2 days. So you know what I tried to tell you. Let's go. Let's not talk too much about that shit. Let's go full speed on it. So you can buy some of those vegetables, and the main sources of carbohydrates even that I recommend when trying to gain weight, and this is the healthy option, is, if you know me already, you know this, you know what's coming up: rice and pasta and potatoes. If it's sweet potato, regular potatoes, these three foods are so good, man. Especially rice and pasta are always stock up on this shit. Next, for meats, first of all, you want to try and avoid red meat. Not because red meat's bad for you or anything like this. There's no such thing. Research has shown this. There's a lot of bullshit, but mainly because red meat is like 2 times more expensive than white meat. So when I say this though, this does mean you might have to get creatine as a supplement, because creatine is found in red meat, and if you're like me, you're probably not going to get enough red meat in your diet, and I'm definitely not. So I've got to actually buy that creatine, that reminds me. So anyway, turkey steaks, turkey breast, chicken, all that white meats, all that good stuff. But if you do have that money, why not buy red meat? I mean, I wish I could have red meat right now, no, I'm joking. So anyway, eggs, that's a good source as well. Eggs are quite cheap. Don't go buy the branded ones, just buy the essential ones, the cheap poverty eggs. They're probably no different, and just like organic's no different to regular. That's all bullshit marketing shit. So anyway, those are most of the foods. You can also buy some tuna, although I do buy tuna, but tuna is a little bit on the expensive side, I guess. White fish with no batter, that's like £1.50 for like 4 of them. That's quite cheap. And Greek yogurt's quite cheap. Quark is like some cheese. All these foods I'm telling you is actually foods that I eat. I'm just thinking in my head like around the shopping aisles, you know, so I'm telling you everything. Excuse me. And if you're hippie like me, you drink bottled water, right, or just filtered water. So anyway, those are mainly the foods. And also rice cakes are good. And if you want to stick to some regular fresh hippie fruits, you can buy bananas if you like that. Like my typical pre-workout that I always like is banana on a protein shake or something like that. So anyway, I'm rambling on too much, but these foods are great if you're low on a budget. If you're on college, university like me, you only have get like £800 a month. Mine is expensive. You have like £400 £100 of food a month. You know what I'm trying to tell you, man. The hustle's on, the grind's on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you watched the video to this point, subscribe down below, comment down below. I'd love to see suggestions. Maybe you even have some foods that you could suggest to me. And one more thing as well, coconut oil and olive oil. If you're real hard getting, buy these. They're not that expensive. It's going to help you really increase your calories. So anyway, that's another bonus tip coming in from the side. As always, go check out my website, link in the description below. And more importantly, stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.